Hello everyone, it is Justus. Welcome to my space, and today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different in that I'm going to be holding my microphone because I just can't be bothered to leave it on the stupid stand right now. I feel like I got to do something with my hands, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So this is going to be episode 5. We're going to go over my currently inked, talk about obsessions, and I mean like obsessions, a few new products that have come out on the market that have been on my radar. Talking about Hobonichi coming out. It's almost Hobonichi season, as well as recapping my last week, including a foster puppy, the Barbie movie, and my dad. So let's get into it. Okay, so I figured we could start with my perfectly inked. I meant currently inked. As far as what I have, it is my same 2 koozies worth of pens, and a little bit has changed. So we do still have my Sailor Brown pen inked up with Pilot Iroshizuku Yamaguri, because I'm just obsessed with brown right now, and I don't get it, but I'm riding the wave. Another pen, this is a new one, and by new, I mean new to being inked up and not new to my collection. I've had it for a good bit. Is this guy. It is my Nagasawa Pro Gear Slim Mini in pastel pink. And one of the reasons why I don't have this constantly inked up is because it is a hard fine medium. And so it definitely does not have a lot of give, which is not my favorite, but it is the most gorgeous little baby pen, and I just can't ignore it. So it's currently inked up with pink. It is inked up with Pilot Iroshizuku Tsutsuji. And then these next 2 have been inked up for a good little bit, and they're going to probably stay inked up for a good little bit because I'm obsessed. I have these 2. So it is my Pilot Justus 95 as well as my Pilot Custom 823. Both of them have fine nibs. The 823 is currently inked up with Scotch Brown, and the Justus 95 is currently inked up with Iroshizuku Asagao. Is that it? Is that what I have in there? I think it is. I think that's right. And then the last in this slot is actually a Blackwing pencil. This is just one that I have in the rose gold colorway. I got it from the Paper Seahorse in Tampa. And I swapped that over because I've been trying to doodle a little bit more, and I'm trying to get used to making mistakes again because I've gotten in this bad mindset of perfection, and that's just not going to work. So we have to bring pencils back into the world for just a little bit. Now, in this lineup, you'll notice that, oh no, my little bear here, his name is Drew Barrymore. I've had him since I was a kid. He is currently holding my Esterbrook Esty in the cobalt color. I used up all of the ink in this, and so it just needs to be cleaned out at this point. 2 other pens that have to be cleaned out that I have inked, used up, and now need to be cleaned within the same realm of time that has lapsed between episode 4 and 5. I need to clean out my Traveler's Factory green pen because I have used up all of the ink in it, as well as my Kaweco Bronze Sport because I inked it, used up all of the ink. So I used up 3 pens worth of ink in the past, I think it's been 2 weeks since my last video here, but I thought that was really exciting. I feel like it's been a good little bit since I have been able to just use all of the ink in my pens quickly, which I am used to being someone that on a weekly basis I will re-ink all of my pens, and now it's turning into kind of like a monthly plus a few pen supplements, which is not what I'm used to. But that's currently what I have going on in terms of ink, and I want to talk about obsession. So, I have OCD. I think many of you may also have OCD. So one of the things that I'm struggling with right now, as everything does, it comes in waves, and sometimes it's a lot more apparent in my life, and sometimes it's a little bit less apparent in my life. But what has been happening recently is I will just be thinking about something, and I won't be able to stop thinking about it until I get it, do it, eat it, whatever. I will feel so much physical discomfort If I've discovered this thing that I want to do, that I want to eat, that needs to happen, or at least in my mind needs to happen in order to prevent something else bad from happening, basics, the end. That will happen a lot, and at least the way that it's been manifesting itself recently is I keep looking at things and I'm just like, oh my God, I want them. Oh my God, I need this thing. Oh, that's a very good price for this thing. There's no way I can pass it up. And then I think about it, and then I think about it, and then it stays in my brain, and it like itches, because I'm just like, if I do not get this item, it will be bad. How will it be bad? I don't know, but I feel doom about it. And so I've been having to like reel it in. You're not gonna die if this doesn't happen. And so a few things that has happened with recently is fast food. For some reason this week it turned into fast food, and in our household, we used to pride ourselves on cutting down fast food because it is one of my guilty pleasures. There was one year where we sat down and balanced all of our bank accounts, figured out exactly how much we spent on food that was not cooked by us, and it was a stupid amount of money. It was really stupid. And so since then, we really cut things out, and because I like cooking anyways, we got through a cycle of like, I'm cooking and preparing and packing all of our meals. We did that for a while, and then every so often as a treat, like maybe once or twice a month, we would eat out and get something. Well, life has been chaos, and I have turned to McDonald's. It's like not an amazing thing, but for some reason, it's just really, really comforting to just have the food that will taste the same every single time, and it's quick and you don't have to do it yourself. So it'll be like, I wake up and I'm just like, oh my God, I really, 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 really want a McMuffin. I just really want a McMuffin. It'd be so easy, so quick. Or it'll be like Danny and I are just at home and it'll be late and it's time for dinner, but I'm too tired to cook. And why am I too tired? Because I'm doing nothing all day. And I don't mean like actually nothing. I just mean like I'm doing chores all day, or I might play video games. Maybe we swam, walk the dog, normal everyday things. And I'm just like, I am just tired from the day normally, and I don't feel like cooking. Let's please just drive to the McDonald's and I will get a chicken sandwich. And you know what? There are some weeks in your life where that's fine and that's what you need. And I think that was last week. I'm going to talk about some things. So, trigger warning, past, relatives, blah, 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 that type of thing, death trigger warning. My father passed away a couple years ago, and last week was the anniversary of his birthday. And it's one of those things to where it's going to happen, and that you're probably going to have a reaction. You try to set it up your best, but then something unpredicted happens, and you're just like, yep, cool, rough time again. And so that happened. And in order to try and make things work out, the universe also bestowed upon us a foster puppy. And so we were watching this foster puppy for a while, and I couldn't say no to this foster puppy because she had the same name as my sister. And I was like, I feel like it's kind of a sign for the universe to give me to be during the week of my dad's old birthday, and to now be watching a puppy with the same name as my big sister, because my dad was also a very big dog person. He did a lot of dog shows, that type of thing. And so I was like, if I don't watch this puppy, then there is some bad karma coming for me. So I watched this puppy, and I'll insert some pictures. He's super cute. But also, I'm not a puppy person, which I have discovered. I haven't actually lived with a puppy since I was a child. I have not had to be in the same house as a puppy and live with it for any time in my adulthood at all. Whenever we adopted Diesel, he was already an adult. We didn't have to mess with any type of puppy time, which is kind of sad because Diesel's really, really cute. He'd probably be an adorable puppy. I looked over my shoulder because he's on the bed behind me, but he's not enough on the bed to where I could reasonably be like, oh, there he is. But he was already an adult. Puppies leak. Puppies leak everywhere, and they have so much energy. And for someone who, one, doesn't really like change, two, is already going through a kind of hard week, three, gets very overstimulated. It was kind of hard, but I think it was worth it. She was really happy, and it like broke my heart because I would get so mad at her from peeing on my floor, and I would put her outside so that she could go potty outside instead, and she would just look at me with these sad, sad little eyes. But she would still smile and wag even though her ears were back, and it just looked so pitiful, and I was like, you're just a baby, you don't know what's wrong. And so it's sad because you're like, it's just a baby, I really can't be mad, but I am feeling mad. So I also got to watch this little puppy. Not sure where that tangent came in terms of obsession, but I've been relying a lot on fast food. Life's been very hectic, having a puppy in the house as well. Maybe that's where I was going. And taking some time to not have to cook and instead just rely on the comforts of takeout, kinda nice, kinda nice. You gotta even out. Life has, balancing acts and things like that, and I just balanced myself way too hard in one direction by inviting a puppy into the house during an already hard week, so I had to make it easier in the other direction. But now I gotta get back out of it because fast food is also quite addictive, and so it's one of those things where after a few days that you have fast food in a row, you automatically are like primed to want it more. And so you got to go through a few days where you're just like, man, I really want something, french fries, but then just not have it. And so doing that right now, I think today, breakfast was some Earl Grey tea with a little bit of almond milk, and I cooked up 2 eggs with some lettuce and some bread, which I made myself. I'll also insert a picture because it turned out really pretty this week. Lunch, I made a chicken sandwich with some grilled chicken breast, some lettuce, the bread that I made myself. And dinner tonight is going to be little chicken pot pies. Ooh, again, made by myself. So we have no shortage of delicious food in this house. We just also have to allot time to do dishes and cook now. Oh my gosh, but back to the puppy. I don't do well with a lot of things, and one of those is smells. And if I have a smell that I don't like, I can't ignore it at all. And so puppies, they have accidents. You know what my house has? Carpet. And so as soon as she left, I shampooed every carpet in this house because, like, yeah, whenever there's an accident, you clean it up right then and there, but like it kind of sinks in just a little bit deeper, and so you can still smell it even after you spot treat it. And so I was like, cool, dropped off this puppy with her actual foster mom. We are taking care of this floor. And luckily I had my very good friend Lucy over because we had just seen the Barbie movie, which I'll talk about later. And so she helped me move all of the furniture and get everything out of the way so that I could shampoo the floor and get all of the puppy urine out of my carpet. But along with fast food, I have been really staring at these 3 pens and like rotating between them. I'll add them to my cart, think about it, do the math, look at my bank account, look at my cart, delete it, close out the tab. Couple hours later, I think about it again. I look at it. I go into the cart. I think about it. I'm just like, why did I not buy this? I really should buy this. This is an amazing pen. Look at my bank account. Look at my cart. Don't do it. Exit tab. And it's a cycle. And if you're curious, I'm doing this with the Leonardo primary manipulation, specifically in the glossy version. I think that the matte, in terms of pictures, looks way prettier, but the glossy, I think it is going to have a better feel for me because I am sensitive about that. I've also been really, really wanting a Pilot Custom 912, and so I've been looking at Pilot Custom 912s, as well as the Visconti Homo sapiens Bronze Age. Those 3 pens are everything in my mind right now. Platinum also has a Sakura Maki on jet pens right now. That isn't an awful price, especially for a Maki. And I'm just like, I kind of really want these. And then I have to stop myself And I have to stop myself and I have to think, and I'm just like, will you die if you do not have these pens? No. Do you have other pens you could use? Yeah. Do you have other pens you want to use and are just not currently inked right now? Yeah. Duh. Obviously. So do you really need this? No, I don't, Brain Justus. Thank you for helping me, Brain Justus. But oh my god, it is awful because it really takes over my whole brain and I can't stop it. And I have to just like train myself almost to like get out of the loop. But it's still there and I have to just keep relating things back to like not minimalism, but being realistic, being normal. Like, I am a person who hates junk. I hate junk. I don't like having junk in my house. And given I am a unorganized person, and so my house is going to look junky regardless of the amount of junk in it. But because of that, the more the junk there is, the more it is everywhere else. And so while stationery and pens and things like that are quite little, which is honestly very great because it reduces the amount of visual clutter because it is small, that doesn't mean that I can just go hog wild and get all of the pens in the world. One, because I can't afford to, and then two, because you just don't need that many things. Like, I am very particular about the amount of clothing I own. I have fairly little clothing, but I have a wardrobe that will get me through like every possible circumstance I could possibly need, plus a few fun outfits. And I think that's all you need. Every so often I'll add a skirt here or there just because, you like to replace things, but my mindset with my wardrobe is where my mindset needs to be with literally everything in my house. And that if I already have something similar that could be used in the same circumstance that I would need this item that I'm looking at, then you don't get it. It's so easy to do. But then that's also kind of like saying things like losing weight or gaining weight, super easy. Eat more, eat less, move more, move less. Easy. But again, we're all human, aren't we? Everything's hard, just a little bit, but you can do it. As far as some things that have been like on the radar that are worth talking about, it is the TWSBI Sunset Yellow Edition in the 580 ALR. I think that that's a really pretty color. I think that that is going to be a popular color around the stationery people, at least, because I think that yellow and green right now are really popular. I've noticed a lot more people being obsessed with yellow and green than I have in like past stationery cycles. So I think that it's going to go quite well. I also want to note that Goulet Pens now is carrying the Lay Toothbrush. So if you happen to need something that cleans your pen feeds, it's like $3. You can now get a Lay Toothbrush at the Goulet Pen Company. I thought that was really cute. They announced it this week during the Goulet Pencast, and I love whenever jokes become real. I want to talk about more life things just because that's what's been taking up all of my time other than trying not to buy stationery. Just on that topic of trying not to buy stationery, I'll show you. For each podcast, I like to take some notes about things that I can talk about with you guys, just so that I already know what I am talking about with each podcast and I'm not fiddling around trying to find words. And in doing that, I've been paying a lot more attention to stationery products and things like that. And I've been trying to prime my brain to like, ooh, that could be interesting to talk about. Ooh, that could be interesting to talk about. But also, I only care about talking about what I am interested in, really, unless it's like a big stationery world thing that I just feel like making commentary about, kind of like the TWSBI Eco Heat that I really don't care for. Obviously, I'm going to want to talk about stuff that I like. But then that also means I'm looking at stuff that I like much more frequently than I would be otherwise. And it's bad. So I'm gonna maybe talk about like products that have come out that are new a little bit less on here because I've proven that with only 4 videos, I can create a bad habit for myself. I also just think it's really important to like talk about things and use things that you already have, because there is always a new way to be creative with what you have. And I was gonna say there's only like so many things that you can bring into your world, but you can bring everything in a store into your house if you want to, and it's still not gonna do anything for you. You need to do things with what you have. Like having the most amazing pens, having the most amazing inks, they're not going to fill your journals for you. You are. And you're going to have to figure out a way to do that in a way that makes you happy. And so I do think that I want to lean that way just a little bit more, because I thought that it would be fun to talk about a new cycle of like, ooh, here's what's new in the stationery world. But like the only thing that's new in the stationery world is products, really, unless I just want to talk about other people's conversations all day, which, like, let's be honest, I will. But I want to talk about products less. I'm less interested in that. It's just making bad habits for me, and it's probably making bad habits for some of you, and I'm just not doing it anymore. Now, personal life things. I want to fill you guys in. So another thing that happened in the last week, during one of the work days, our power went out. Ooh, fun. And it happened to go out on a sunny day, which is very fortunate for us because we've had a series of rainstorms. And what that meant was that we got to essentially play a day of hooky, because we were working in the morning and then the internet went out. And what are you going to do whenever you work at home with no internet? Goof off. And so we went swimming, and it was very nice because it was an unplanned just, oh, well, we literally can't work today. Let's go swimming. And the weather was perfect. I think my pool temperature was somewhere around 92. And so it was like a full-on bathwater swim, which is like, amazing. Thank you. I don't have to get cold at all. And so we just floated around and watched the breeze move around the tree limbs and watched the clouds pass. And it was just really nice. I also got a new PC. Part of the reason why I have been staring at pens and not buying them is because I bought a new gaming PC, because I just really have been having a fun time playing games this year. And the PC that I had in the past, I think we purchased in 2017, and it just was a bit outdated. I had got the pre-order actually of Diablo 4 whenever it first came out, and I wanted to play the early access, and I couldn't because my computer was too old. And so I would like open it and it would stay in the loading screen for 20 minutes, and then it would slowly get me in the game, but then I would like move 2 frames and then freeze, and then it was just, I had to turn off my computer, close down the game, and start over every single time. And now I have an Ironside Juicebox PC, and it's the peach design for the case, and it's so cute but also so beefy, because now I can open Diablo no problem. I also got a computer so beefy because I'm thinking about maybe streaming on Twitch, and I think it'd be really fun. So I have a new PC that I can play all of the games on that I want, and I don't lag, so I actually have a chance to like increase my skill in games versus just playing them to play them and being fine with dying constantly because my computer is a dinosaur. But I am really excited about that. It also glows pink. Speaking of glowing, I'm trying something out different. I have my lights in my room set to do rainbow order glowing instead of just a normal light, so I figured that could be fun. Aside from my new PC, I got some new bread baking things to help me out with my bread baking practice. And a few of those things are like proofing baskets with cloths. I got some razors so that I can score my bread a little bit better. And just those 2 things have improved my baking so much. What I think I need to look into next is upgrading my cast iron, like my little Dutch oven, because I keep burning the bottom of my loaves, but everything else is perfect. And I've like adjusted the way it sits in my oven. I've adjusted like the racks and where they are, and I just keep burning the bottom, so whenever my loaf comes out, I have to like cut a centimeter off of the bottom of the loaf, which is like not a big deal, it's just annoying. But I really want to get to the point to where at least the bottom crust is not burnt. because everything else is gorgeous. So I'm looking into new Dutch ovens. The last thing that I wanted to talk about within my quick update was the Barbie movie. So the Barbie movie has been released for a while. It came out on July 21st of 2023, and I really wanted to see it on the opening day, but my dress hadn't come into the mail yet. So me and my two friends, Kat and Lucy, we made ourselves a whole day of it. Lucy and I both ordered matching dresses from Shop My Violet. We got the Best Day Ever dress. I also got some like mesh overdresses, and then I got us pastel harnesses so that we can like twin for future outfits as well. But we got those, and then our friend Kat got pink, which so happy. They usually don't wear pink. We went to the movie theater, went shopping, walking around afterwards, and it was a very wholesome day. We were exiting the movie theater, and during the movie, we were actually having some pleasant conversation beforehand with an older couple next to us. It was two older ladies. I think that they may be sisters. And then one of their husbands. They were a group of three watching the movie, and they helped us. We took pictures of them. They took pictures of us. And at the end of the movie, they were like, "That was so pleasant. I really loved that." And particularly the man that was speaking, he, I want to say, was a licensed psychotherapist. He was telling us that he loved the movie, and he really thinks that it was done quite well. Though he is sad because he already knows that there's quite many men that are not going to give the movie a shot, blah, blah, blah. And he was just like, I'm a psychotherapist, and they could probably use Barbie. They could really use it. And I'm just like, yeah, they probably could. And I'm so glad that I met you, because having a pleasant conversation about Barbie movie with an older man was not something I expected to do today, and you proved me wrong. And we got ice cream, and we walked into Claire's and window shopped, and we went into the spice and tea exchange, got some sugars for an early birthday present so I can try out different tasting sugars with my teas. I got, not from the Spice and Tea Exchange, but from Walmart, I got some cherry blossom tea, and it was in a pink tin. It was really cute. It is delicious. I want to try the cherry blossom tea with the lavender lemon sugar. I think that that is a winner combo. But after the Spice and Tea Exchange, we also went by the Lush and got a few things. They had their SpongeBob SquarePants collection out, which I thought was really cute and funny, and I grabbed a few of the papers so I can scrapbook with them, even though I didn't buy any of the soaps or bath bombs or things. And through the day, me and Lucy and Kat, we all got so many compliments on our outfits. It's been a few weeks since Barbie's come out. It's a whole different month now. We're late. I'm sorry. We work, and we want to put a day together, so we couldn't all do it as soon as it came out. But it made a lot of people happy to see three bright pink girls just walking around, and I felt very happy. I want Barbie Day to be every day. Every day can be Barbie Day. All of them. This is one of those times where I feel like there's hardly any update, but at the same time, my personal life has been so much, and that is the mundane. That is the beauty of the mundane, because not everything that affects you have to be this very big, monumental thing. Normal life is really cool. And I have to keep reminding myself of that, because I keep falling into this trap of being like, oh, life could be so amazing if, I just want to be reincarnated into Paris Hilton's next purse dog, that type of thing. Paris Hilton's next purse dog could never feel the satisfaction of baking a pretty loaf of bread. Paris Hilton's next purse dog could never get the satisfaction of, I cleaned my house and cooked dinner today. That is a day well done. So you need to kind of take your wins where you can get them, and that's where I'm continually trying to be right now, because I trick myself into thinking, oh, I've done nothing all week. No, you do everything all the time as a human, inherently. You don't do nothing. You are resting. You are providing for yourself another day. You are creating a good environment. You are putting something into the world. I have to keep reminding myself of that. And that's honestly why I wanted to sit down and do this video today, because I haven't been filming one because I feel like I've been busy, but also busy with nothing at the same time worth talking about. And like, no, it's absolutely worth talking about. I could sit here for an hour, and I think there's a meme somewhere where it's like, back in school, I really hated how they just made me learn all of these things about the most useful information. Useful, wink, wink. But now that I'm adult, I really do like taking an hour to learn about dolphin social hierarchy. Like, that's exactly what I think about. I could talk about the most random crap about my day, and I feel like I will still feel happy by doing that. Like, I will feel fulfilled. I put something into the world, even if it's just for me to look back on later so I can see where I was in life and how things were going. I think that this is really good to do. And also because I really like watching people talk about their own lives, and they're just like, yeah, it's very normal. Like, I wake up. Sometimes I wake up late. I do a little bit of work. And then I tidy my house, maybe half-assedly, and then I try to do something fun. And you know what? I'm nosy. I'm nosy as hell. What do you do for fun? What cleaning products do you use? What did you eat for lunch? It's just going to be the name of the game. Everyone's just a little bit nosy, and everyone wants to feel better about their own lives. And that's why I'm here. Anyways, I'm going to leave it here. I think that this is one of those, like, diary episodes almost. Enjoy my diary episode. I'm rewatching Sailor Moon. Let's go talk to Seiya and the Sailor Stars. Goodbye.